What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
I did this. Why can't you? Why can't you? Soundboard's back, baby. Tim's not here. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Tim is, what should I lie about Tim about today? Tim is in jail. Yes, Tim is in jail. Tim was caught with counterfeit NFTs at the Canadian border and has been taken into custody by authorities. Please send all. No, he's fine. He's very sick. He has the Kofifi again. Poor Tim. Tim's had Kofifi like 5 times. I got it once and I learned my lesson. Tim, not so much, you know. But we're gonna get through it anyway. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Comment, like, and subscribe. Push all the buttons. Tell your best friend and your worst enemy that the show has started and that they need to be getting themselves down here. Did I play this one? No. Okay. We will start with some breaking news from last night.
U.S. ambassadors spread out across the globe just got a very surprising order from the Trump administration. Come back home. Nearly 30 diplomats in embassies worldwide were told to return to the U.S. within weeks, all of them career Foreign Service officers appointed by the Biden administration for standard 3 to 4 year terms. The union representing career diplomats says this is the first time a mass recall of this nature has taken place, but a senior State Department official told the Washington Post it's a standard practice. Quote, an ambassador is a personal representative of the president, and it is the president's right to ensure that he has individuals.
Like if I see one more fucking chyron that says the president's right, look, motherfucker, it is a job. You have an occupation. Your occupation is president. You have shit to do, right? Like this is not just, oh, well, since he won the election, now he gets to be carried around on a pillow and eat grape. No, that means you need to work. That was a job interview the whole time. A job interview. Can you imagine that you have stuff to do after you win an election?
In these countries who advance the America First agenda. Joining us now is former U.S. Ambassador to Algeria, Cameron Hume. Hume has also served as U.S.
His green screen has taken out a large chunk of the right side of his head.
Ambassador to South Africa and Indonesia, so he knows a thing or two about the diplomatic corps. Ambassador, what's your initial reaction to this news? Many of these diplomats, as we mentioned, were from the Biden administration. Is it typical that we see political turnover when it comes to the diplomatic corps?
Not on this scale. I think every time you have an election, you're the personal representative of the president, so resignations are offered on January 20th.
Right.
But they weren't taken up in this case. And to go at this point and to relieve 30 or 35 ambassadors of their responsibility is a bit of a tumult and somewhat new.
Yeah, you wonder.
And also, it also shows the posture of the U.S. Like, this is something probably a general or someone deep in the administration that has a brain far away from Trump. But the only time you bring in your ambassadors is if you're going to war and you don't want your people spread out all over the earth. You know what I'm saying? So Could be a reason why he's bringing them all home.
About institutional memory, how long it will take to get other diplomats installed in their place. You've warned that the shakeup could affect the peace deals that the president has been successful in initiated. You said inattention to facts on the ground can be fatal to peace agreements. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, let's take the case of the Congo, just to pick one of them. And they had an announcement 2 weeks ago now. And since then, you've had fighting. Tens of thousands of people have been pushed out of their homes. They've been pushed across international borders. We have no representation at all in Eastern Congo. And honestly, I wonder if the state of the Congo has any representation in Eastern Congo. Not having professionals there or people with some continuity makes it really hard to push through a peace agreement and be sure everybody's doing what they said they would do.
The news of this latest recall took a lot of ambassadors by surprise. A spokeswoman for the union representing career diplomats told the New York Times those affected report being notified abruptly, typically by phone with no explanation provided. That method is highly irregular.
He doesn't know what he's doing, y'all. Doesn't know what he's doing. All right, moving on.
It's a Team 10 exclusive. We're learning about the...
What? Why? Just read the bottom of the screen right there. Just read that. Why? Why are we doing this stuff? Why this part? Huh? Why this part? You running out of pilots? What is wrong with people?
Final moments before a military jet crashed into San Diego Bay. Surveillance cameras captured the jet in February, nosediving before slamming into the water, narrowly avoiding nearby homes and boats. At the time, the Navy didn't say why the pilots made the decision to eject. But now Team 10 has learned what...
Okay, good. It wasn't like an AI-driven play. I was like, Jesus Christ, don't give them planes. That's literally what they did in Terminator.
investigators say led to the mishap.
We have these drones with machine guns. We gave them AIs. Did you not watch Terminator?
Investigative reporter Austin Grabish uncovered documents that reveal the frantic scene in the cockpit.
It happened so fast, it's almost hard to believe. Watch again as this $67 million Navy jet
$67 million into the fucking water. Oh. Damn, man.
drops from the sky.
Yo, if I had a plane that was worth $67 million, I wouldn't even fly it. What if it gets dirty?
Creating an explosion in the water near Shelter Island.
As the Navy now works to try to figure out what brought this plane down, we're learning more about the aircraft and its history.
I was there after the crash, speaking to residents who heard the EA-18 Growler fly above them.
It was super, super loud, and then it just cut out. Like, there was no noise after that. So, what's going on?
All of a sudden, the engine just cut out. Sounded like there was no more noise.
After the mishap, the Navy said the jet crashed while trying to land at North Island on Coronado. The reason the two pilots who escaped with minor injuries ejected wasn't disclosed. Neither was how long the jet was in the air unmanned. But now, 10 months later, Team 10 has discussed.
Wait, you telling me there was ghost riding that bitch for a minute and then it just happened to go in the water? Boys, you cannot eject your shit and let it just fly into the town.
That after the pilots ejected, the Growler climbed about 8,000 feet before plunging for roughly a minute and 15 seconds.
If this aircraft had continued on even a second more, it could have hit Shelter Island or flown into a populated neighborhood in Point Loma. Very, very close to a tragedy.
Team 10 has also uncovered what the pilots reported went wrong to investigators after the crash. Documents we obtained from the Department of War reveal frantic confusion inside the cockpit. I obtained the pilots' witness statements after filing a Freedom of Information request. The documents say the crew had a minor fuel leak in the air. A pilot reported the crew decided to return to base to avoid further fuel transfer issues later in the flight when we were 500 miles off the coast. As they prepared to land, they learned there was water on the runway at North Island. I turned to retired Air Force accident investigator Rich Martindale to get help understanding what went wrong.
The runway gets slick because of the water. Whether it's
So then they had to eject from the plane, and the plane had to fly unpiloted for over a minute because the runway was wet. Wait, so the ground is wet, so I have to throw the plane at a city. What the fuck? I don't know if that's the best. I mean, hey, I was gonna walk in the kitchen, but they had just mopped the floor. That's why I threw a shot put through the glass window. Like, what are we doing?
standing water or just a damp runway,
Dark Lord Greg. Oh, wait, you guys can't hear the. Hold on. I forgot. I can do it this way. The old soundboard is back, baby.
your braking action is not going to be as good.
The documents we've obtained say the front seat pilot reported his brakes felt mushy, or at least a bit different than normal. Fearing the jet wouldn't stop in time, he started a go-around. That's when a pilot aborts a landing and brings the aircraft back in the air to make another approach. As the pilot did that, a concerned tower controller called out not enough runway. The pilot says this added confusion at a critical moment. He told an investigator it felt like the jet was not going flying and the water was approaching fast, so I called for ejection with eject, 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 and then we pulled the handles.
The tower controller was not in a position to be able to adequately ascertain the status of the aircraft, how fast it was going, how much runway was left. They're not a pilot, so I don't think he or she was really qualified to say not enough runway. And by doing that, that injected doubt.
Help me understand what happened at the very end here, because they were on the runway.
They were.
Hey, when I'm moving at 300 to 400 to 500 miles an hour, unclear communication is my favorite kind. You know, just kind of be vague about shit. Oh yeah, I got you. I got you, Gina. I got you. I got you.
Those uppity women now. They want the right to
runway.
choose.
They may have gotten airborne before they ejected, but they may have ejected on the runway. If they ejected on the runway, the airplane now has the throttles full forward. Nobody's pulled it back. It's going to take off. And then it looks like what it did is stalled. So it got nose high, ran out of airspeed, came back around. Then the video we see of it going in.
Okay, hold on. I need an analog here. So what they're telling me is that plane's coming down. Tower says not enough runway. They say, cool, we'll do another go around. They pull back up. His brakes feel mushy. Something feels off. He ejects. Flu flu. Two guys come out. The plane is full throttle. Keeps going for 1 minute and 15 seconds. Nose goes up because probably from, if it's full throttle forward, the wings are still going to provide lift as long as there's air going over it. So if the pilot's not adjusting that, then yeah, it's going to nose up. So it's going to nose up. No one's controlling it. Up, 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 up. It gets up. The wings can no longer create that low pressure system underneath the bottom of the wing because now they are witnessing drag at its most extreme. So they're going to stall, and then it noses down like a fucking missile into the bay. Holy shit.
Was high, ran out of airspeed, came back around. Then the video we see of it going into the water nose first. Just all happened after the ejection.
After Team 10 obtained the documents, the Navy told us it ruled out mechanical failure and concluded the crash stemmed from human error made worse by adverse weather. A spokesperson with the U.S. Pacific Fleet says the investigation determined the aircraft was unable to safely stop on the runway due to wet runway conditions and landing with a tailwind. The pilot should have instead executed maximum braking techniques, adding the U.S. Navy has well-established and rigorous programs for crew resource management, adherence to training rules.
Like, I hear that they're saying at the end of the day, it's the pilot's responsibility, but he can't be getting bullshit from the tower at the same time.
Professionalism and airmanship. In the days and weeks that followed the crash, leadership across the enterprise reinforced to all crews that strict adherence to these programs is critical to safe and effective flight operations. Martindale still believes the air traffic controller's warning played a role.
He may have made a different decision. I'm
That's what I'm
sure
saying.
that call had some influence on his decision to call for the ejection.
A split-second call that came close to ending in tragedy. Austin Grabish, Team 10.
That could have been really, really bad. Whew. You guys are gonna love this one. Y'all know I like crime stories, but I also like badass women stories.
A California mother's desperate attempt to stop burglars at her home caught on camera.
I see the guys, and I was in panic. I was in shock, and I hit their car unintentionally.
She was on the phone.
Bruh, these motherfuckers just dodged a 6,001 pound bullet.
With her mom, who was inside watching her 3 young kids when all of a sudden...
My mom is screaming. My kids are in the house. She's screaming like, I don't know how.
Hey, person,
crazy.
The mom, who asked to conceal her identity due to safety concerns, raced home from getting coffee. So panicked, she
says, hey, Mom, I'm so glad you came over to play with the kids. Do you want Starbucks? I'm going to go make a Starbucks run. Soon as she get out the damn line with the pup cup for the schnauzer back at the crib. Soon as she get out the line, they're robbing the house. They're robbing the house. Oh, hell yeah. I'm ramming through all these parked cars. I tore up the whole block trying to get home. What y'all talking about?
rammed the parked sedan that turned out to be the getaway car. What was going through your mind?
I don't know. In my mind, I thought they killed my family.
2 burglars take off running. Moments later, a third man believed to be the driver emerges from the right side of the car and takes off too. The collision so intense, the driver's side door.
Hey, you weren't getting out that side. I thought at first, on first viewing, I thought she did that on purpose. I was like, oh shit, she trapped him in the door. The metal's bent up. He can't get out now. Aha. She didn't even know that was them. She was just crashing, trying to get home. She didn't even realize that was them.
Or jammed closed. Her G-Wagon damaged too. Video shows LAPD collecting evidence, including handheld radios.
Come on, cops. Y'all can't even do a radio count.
That appeared to be monitoring police activity. As for this frantic mother, she's got one parting message for the men who terrorized her family.
Next time, I'm going to kill them.
Don't come back.
Yeah, don't come back to my house.
Dana Griffin, NBC News.
Man, if he was getting out of that car when she hit it, because she wasn't hitting it to slow them down. She just legitimately lost control of the vehicle trying to turn into the driveway, going 40 miles an hour down a residential road. So she just wrecked. If she saw his ass getting out and then she hit that door, brother, we would have had to have 2 funerals for you, for the top half and the bottom half.
For these parents.
Outrage in a northern New York State school district.
I'm here to speak for my grandson, who was put in that box.
Over what families claim is depicted in the...
Send your kid to public school, Mikey. It'll be fine, Mikey. Everybody's going to be normal, Mikey. There's nothing to fear. People are normal. I don't trust y'all, and I don't trust this.
These photos, a wooden box which appears to be in the corner of a classroom and used as punishment for students.
Bruh, you are not a teacher if you have to have a kennel for the children.
including some who have special needs. Chrissy Onyentahase
Oh, what are you, autistic? Let me just throw you in a box. That'll fix it.
Jacobs, a parent and former Salmon River Central School District board member, posted the photos to social media, given to her, she says, by teachers who recently left the district.
It broke
Hey, Zero, shut your ass up, man.
my heart. When I received those photos, I myself became physically ill.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul calling the allegations alarming, ordering the state's independent education department to rectify this situation. Many parents speaking out at a public meeting Wednesday night.
He explained to us that if you are angry or if you are sad, this is where you go when it's time to calm down.
What was the mood that night?
A lot of anger, a lot of sadness.
The district superintendent issuing a statement saying at no time was the item depicted in the photographs used by any student at Mohawk School.
Then what you have it for? Why do you have like 2 or 3 pallets of wood all stacked together and assembled with a mat inside? What is that for? You have a penalty box. You guys move the desks out the way, and y'all play roller hockey, and that's the penalty box. That's the reason y'all have it. What the fuck is the reason that it's in the goddamn classroom? Why is it on the fucking school grounds at all? If I found it on the school grounds and y'all said, "Oh, actually, we have a joke we play for the pep rally where the school mascot comes out of a box. It's funny." Okay, that makes sense. Why is it in a fucking classroom with special needs kids? Why is it in there? Why is it in there, and whose fucking classroom is that right now?
The district also serves a nearby indigenous tribe.
I was about to say, these people look very native. So the fact that these motherfuckers are putting natives in a fucking kennel.
Tribal leaders calling for the superintendent's.
Oh, actually, I can read that.
District also serves.
Okay. On behalf of St. Regis Mohawk Tribe and the community of Akwesasne, we, the St. Regis Mohawk Tribal Council, as a key stakeholder, hereby submit the following request to the Salmon River Central School District Board of Education. We strongly urge you to immediately and expeditiously issue a formal declaration of a vote of no confidence in the leadership of Superintendent Dr. Stanley Harper over the recent horrific events for the health and safety of our Mohawk pupils and all children attending Salmon River Central Schools. We have no faith in district leadership, and the recent actions show gross mismanagement and overarching broad operational failures to address student and educator needs. Second, we request an independent investigation, and then it gets cut off.
Serves a nearby indigenous tribe. Tribal leaders calling for the superintendent's removal and an independent.
So when people think like the fucking native peoples are just like part of some storybook, the Mohawks, the Mohawk tribe has sent a fucking email to the school district. Like, these people exist, right? They're not just mythical creatures that live in a fantasy land. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You don't want zero problems, big fella.
Tim Ballum with the 5 British pounds. Why is the U.S. banning EU and UK citizens that say things they don't like, saying they are a threat to free speech? I think I've come up with the right t-shirt, the perfect international bin podcast t-shirt. Now that's the problem, is like when we try to brand stuff, we don't know if we should go for the American audience, the UK audience, maybe just make something for everybody, make something like weird that we want and we don't care who it affects. Yeah, that's my bad. Love America. Yeah, that's my bad. I'm sorry, Tim. I don't know what to say. Like, it's so embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking embarrassing that these people cannot act decent. Like, they must be monster. You can't have their pancakes, bro. Come here. Come here. Zero, come. Now look at me, pup. They're not sharing them pancakes with you. Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. Kira and Mama Famine are having banana pancakes, and he is desperate to get the hell out of this office and look on the floor. Perhaps some of it was dropped. Yeah. Mikey, you asked the right questions. This is a terrible fine. Folk need to help to be held accountable. Yes, but this is the thing. This happens all the time, and especially in that upstate New York, Toronto. What lake is that? Superior, Michigan, Erie. I think it's like Erie. Well, in that Niagara region, I'll say, like over there by the falls. There's a lot of indigenous people that live there. There's a lot of indigenous historical sites and stuff like that. Like, and I think it was in Canada maybe 2-3 years ago. They uncovered a fucking mass grave at one of these residential schools. And the residential schools, for those that don't know, were these I mean, it's the worst fucking possible thing. The native people, the First Nations people's land was being stolen, and then the kids were being put into these residential schools. And these residential schools would teach them English, would cut their hair, would only allow them to speak English, and it's re-education camps essentially is what for native children. And a lot of times these kids were whisked away, never to be seen by their tribe again, and shit like a lot of abuse allegations. And then now they're finding like mass graves where there's like, oh, this used to be a residential school, and then they're like doing an excavation, and there's like 40 children's skulls buried in the backyard. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad. No accountability, usually run by somebody's church or something like that. Just fucking sickening, man. Like, all of this weird bullshit that people are up to, just fucking be normal. Just pretend to be normal. For fuck's sake. Sarah!
An investigation.
This is not right at all.
The district's Board of Education announcing an investigation while reassigning the superintendent to home duties pending the outcome. But some community members say the damage is already done. Valerie Castro and
So when people are like, oh, well, you know, certain communities really overreact when something bad happens to them, you know, like they really kind of go way over the top. No, it's like this is another step. This is another bullet point for the 16,000 page checklist that motherfuckers have been keeping. I know I better not come into a classroom for a parent teacher conference or something like that, and this is in the freaking corner of the classroom. Are you kidding me? First of all, that teacher's going in there. And then I'm going to go get my Bluetooth speaker and play annoying music. Don't you be torturing my baby while I'm at work. The fuck? That's not your job. That's my job.
BC News.
Torture with my bad music on my time. Fucking disgusting. All right. Back to the other side.
Former Vice President Mike Pence is recruiting top officials from the conservative think tank, the Heritage Foundation. This comes amid growing concerns within the
boy, this Republican Civil War is getting good, y'all. So here's the skinny. Your boy Michael, by the book, starch only Pence, has decided to launch a coup.
Conservative movement over the role of right-wing influencers who have promoted anti-Semitism, including the president of Heritage defending Tucker Carlson after he drew condemnation for a friendly interview with Holocaust denier Nick Fuentes.
Little late there, Mikey.
In an interview with the Wall Street Journal, Pence said he had long admired the organization, but now sees the group abandoning its principles. Pence went on to say the foundation had, quote, fallen because it had embraced elements of isolationism, stopped backing Ukraine in the war against Russia, supported some tariffs, and supported Robert F. Kennedy as Health and Human Services Secretary, among other things.
What's the problem? I thought y'all liked all those things. Huh? You don't like all those things? You like when Russia interfered with the election, right? Right? Remember the bot farms abroad and in this country that we kept finding that were flooding Facebook and Twitter with a bunch of bullshit? Remember that? No? All right. You were all about the tariffs before, but okay.
In a statement, Heritage Chief Advancement Officer was critical of the staffers who are no longer with the organization, saying the mission of Heritage is, quote, unchanged.
Oh, that's such a joke.
And that, quote, alignment on mission and
Joe over there tripping, hating.
Loyalty to the institution are non-negotiable. Allie, this is a fascinating subplot developing here, which is that Mike Pence, the former vice president,
she looks like 7 of my friends from high school. Like, it's so, every time I see her, I'm just like, you.
Of course, Donald Trump is peeling away and trying to preserve what conservatism always has been, separate and apart from some of the wild things that have come along.
He's like licking this toy, and it's like
also,
making the grossest
things
sound.
that you listed that Pence is saying, well, Heritage no longer upholds conservative principles. Basically, every single one of those actions was Heritage backing up the president that Mike Pence was the number 2 for 4 years. And so the idea that Pence, David Drucker, has always been out there as someone who's been looking around the corner, hoping that conservatives in the Republican Party were going to turn back to what they were, a party that he feels he could be a leader within. I've always sort of questioned that premise, in large part because the Republican Party that Pence wants to return to has been so dominated and overtaken by MAGA and Trump. But at the same time, do you think that what we're seeing within Heritage, this push and pull?
Uh-oh. Oh, it's Dark Lord Greg. Hold on. Beep. Dark Lord Greg with 2 buckaroos, shocked to learn of bigotry in this establishment. It's just, it was fine when they hated the blacks and the Mexicans and the Muslims. But Jews? Oh, we can't go that far. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. We can't hate that, but that's just, oh my goodness.
This rift between
the pearl clutching from the people ready to bomb anywhere is just amazing.
MAGA and America first, and then the kind of conservatism that maybe Pence,
your sudden but inevitable betrayal,
and to a lesser extent Ben Shapiro, want to remake in a different image. Is that the rift that Republicans?
See, and this is the other part. Elle is 100% right. It's the normalization. Because Mike Pence, behind closed doors, would love to agree with all that stuff publicly. He does think 98% of the shit that Trump says, but he's a politician. And he's a Republican politician, which means you have to go slow and steady and win the race and will cheat in the background. You don't have to be fiery and all that stuff. Well, here we are.
Republicans have to grapple with once Trump is gone? Or is this a fight that's not even really going to be one because the Republican Party is set in what it's going to be, and it's what Donald Trump has said it's going to be?
Yeah, I think, Allie, this is tension that is going to continue to brew. I think the question is, how explosive will the debate be, right? Because even as Trump has taken over the Republican Party, reshaped it, and elevated the populists within the coalition and turned them into the dominant partner, the Reagan-era conservatives haven't disappeared. They just have lost control of the coalition. And now...
Yeah, and I don't think that the Mormons and the Bible thumpers and the stick in the mud, boring dudes, you're not winning this party back, dude. The party is lit. It's lit. Motherfuckers doing drugs, getting drunk. People are getting it on. And here you come with a Sudoku puzzle talking about some, come on, guys, let's calm down. Let's do the Sudoku puzzle. No, brother, this shit is out of control now. It's out of control now. You're going to have to just wait for the cops to show up or for them to run out of drugs. Elon might help that.
You're beginning to see them fight back, in part because they recognize that the institutions that long held the conservatives at the top of the food chain have changed along with the president, right? And so the Heritage Foundation is not, it's not simply that it has a different kind of conservative ideology. They've turned themselves into an organ of whatever Trump decides he is for.
No, but see, everyone willingly shielded for him. And I don't want to hear none of this, oh, it's the party and, you know, we always support the party and da-da. No, because y'all had every fucking opportunity to get rid of him. Every time he fucking violated the Constitution, there's a majority of Republicans in the House and in the Senate. As soon as he did something that was unconstitutional, they could have impeached him. Or they could have used their majorities to bully the president, which happens all the time. Look at what happened to Barack Obama. Soon as he lost that fucking majority, it was Staggersville. Nothing's coming through. We're shutting everything down. We're voting no on everything. Do it without us, they said. Mitch McConnell, the Grim Reaper, the boatman at the River Styx. He said no to everything. This, whether or not they choose to like Trump, is irrelevant. He is the head of their party, and if they want to remove the head of their party, there are already procedures on the books for them to do something about it. Do something about it. Stop bitching. Oh, we're going to make a real conservatives club. Take your fucking party back. How about you impeach half of the motherfuckers in that cabinet? Number one, for not being qualified, but number two, for breaking the goddamn law. The Epstein Transparency and Accountability Act is a fucking law. You want to fucking deport people because they didn't come the right way. You want to send them to torture camps because they didn't fucking come the right way. They didn't follow the law. Are we sending every single motherfucker in the DOJ to CCOT because they didn't fucking follow the law? Is that how we're doing shit now? What's the consequences? Who's in charge here? Oh, I got a button for that. Where is it? Where is it? I'll find it.
Or against, and a much more
I know now.
political organization.
It's this one.
WTF? Who's in charge?
What? Hey, Tim, print me one of these.
At that. And so I think the extent to which this fight happens and continues is going to depend in large part on who the Republican nominee is in 2020. Right? If it is Vice President J.D. Vance, who I would posit at the moment is the prohibitive favorite, and I've, in my reporting,
him and Erica finna have some kids. He ain't got time for no presidency. He got a new bae.
I think it's fair to ask whether he will have a competitive primary or not. Then you're going to see the populist element of the coalition continue to dominate the Republican Party. But I do think you will see, as we've seen with former Vice President Mike Pence and others, a very active conservative wing that will continue to fight to take the Republican Party back.
Nope. They scared. They're scared of the violence from the MAGA wing, and they're scared of the money from the MAGA wing. Now that he's been fucking embezzling and emptying the coffers into his own fucking pockets for months and months. No, they're still gonna be pussy. They're still gonna not do nothing. They're just gonna let him walk all over him. Luckily for us, I don't think he's making out of this presidency. I don't think he's going to make it. Veins have a way of not recovering the way that speeches can.
To some of its conservative roots. If we end up with a Republican nominee different than Vance, then we could see a swing back in that direction sooner rather than at some later date.
I agree, because those people who are still out there, David Drucker, and I know a lot of people love to say, oh, the Republican Party's lost forever. Oh, this is the same mistake everybody makes. Whoever's president at the time runs the party, and everybody assumes this will be the Democratic Party forever, or this will be the Republican.
You guys stop being sick right now. I order it.
Republican Party forever.
Germs be gone.
Let's talk about three things right now that the Heritage Foundation has abandoned. And it's hard to overstate, and we're going to be talking to Charlie Sykes in a second, how important the Heritage Foundation was to conservatives like myself from the early 90s.
Oh, Tim will like this. Obamacare is from the Heritage Foundation. The thing that they keep trying to vote away, and the thing that they say they hate so much, and the thing that's ruining the country, it's a rebranding of Romney Care, and it was made for Mitt Romney in, what was that, Massachusetts, by the Heritage Foundation.
1980s through the mid 1990s.
They were like 20 years trying to get rid of their own plan.
A sort of think tank, and it was bedrock conservative principles. They helped us in our battle over balanced budgets. Helped us in our battle pushing back against communism. Helped us in our battle over free markets. And here you have a heritage that is going along and abandoning free markets because the president wants them to abandon free markets. You have them going along.
No, we have free markets and tariffs. Duh. Like, that's how stupid these are. We have a free market with tariffs.
Freedom fighters in Eastern Europe, which was at the heart and soul of conservatism for heritage. But now they're literally abandoning freedom fighters in Ukraine, which would have been a dream of Ronald Reagan. That freedom would have put.
Nah, dog. We are supporting the free economy of Russia.
Push that far east. But now Heritage is abandoning that. Heritage abandoning balanced budgets and going along with the president that passes the law.
Nah, but you don't understand, Joe. With these tariffs, we're going to be taking in so much money that the inflation won't matter.
Largest deficits and the largest debts in the history of this country. I mean, it's just, again, it is the antithesis of what conservatism has been, not just since Reagan, but going back to Edmund Burke. But they're doing it.
All right, Diz, you're getting deported.
And I just wonder if there aren't more Republican senators in the Senate than not that still have that old line view of conservative.
Yeah, that old line conservative view is fucking cooked. Absolutely cooked. They did what Alyssa Slotkin asked them not to do, which was don't give up the ship. Why won't you do the little bubble thing? All right, whatever. They're definitely giving up the ship. Oh, are we doing the thing where my videos are getting hidden again? Come on. Not again. I was like, I had like 3 more videos. What happened? I got another playlist that they don't know about. I'll use that one. But yeah, the Turning Point USA thing went terribly. As it is like to do. Want to do. Let me check my other playlist. Is this timestamped?
Health insurance. You can't buy bias-ply tires to the degree of effort that's required by most Americans. And I think the inability to see that, candidly, to immediately label people as racist or unempathetic, that actually is really harming our population. The simple reality is these are good, decent people who are working really hard, care about their families, and candidly care about their communities.
What was he talking
about?
about?
They're told that by virtue of saying, hey, that's not fair, that makes you racist, that just turns them off to the message. That makes you an invalid communicator.
There's, again, as I said a moment ago, a lot of pushback.
I don't know why this is on the playlist. This guy seems pretty boring AF. All right.
Welcome back
I'll
to
find my
CBS
TPUSA
19
thing.
News at 10. The Sun and the Earth teamed up to put on quite a show last night. A full-color production known as the Northern Lights. There will be another performance tonight visible along the northern tier of states. Light pollution can make it difficult to see such wonders of the night sky. But as David Schechter reports, a possible solution is sprouting up on a farm in Texas.
This is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
In sleepy Rockwood, Texas, nothing much.
Yeah, so when you call someone a racist, when they say, I want brown people to leave because they're brown, and you say that's racist as fuck, and then like, you really end the conversation with these labels like racism. You know what I mean?
Ever seems to happen.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Until the roofs roll back off these sheds.
I feel like Also Sprach Zaras Lustra should have been playing like that. Bwah, 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 bwah.
And reveal a telescope farm?
Does it ever get old seeing all those roofs go at the same time?
No, has not gotten old yet.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool every single time.
Bray Falls is an amateur astronomer. He turned his passion into a business 18 months ago when he co-founded a company called Starfront. It rents space to customers who ship their telescopes here and then control them through the internet from their homes.
This is the future I wanted. You know what I'm saying? This is the future I wanted.
This location allows amateur stargazers.
What? Why is this just it's so pretty? It's so pretty.
To take stunning pictures.
Come on, man. How is that not the coolest shit ever? Apparently Ben made a speech people didn't like and JD fired back. I'll pull up his speech. All right, Ben Shapiro's speech. Oh boy. Oh shit, it popped up fast. Oh dude, it's half an hour. All right, I'll have to just scrub through.
Such as these, because the sky here is much darker than where they...
Oh, Cosmic Kyle. Check out Cosmic Kyle on TikTok. Let me see if I can find this thing. He is friend of the show. Oh, wait. Kylie Jenner fucking made something called Cosmic. It is completely ruining the algorithm. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh, hey, here we go. Okay, I took the space out. There we go. Copy, paste. Okay. For you TikTokers and such, or if you can just go over there to get his link or whatever. Yeah, check him out. He's got some really cool stuff.
You live.
Where are some of the farthest places that people will tunnel to this location tonight?
We have a lot of customers in Europe, Indonesia. There's a guy in the UAE, Japan.
Starfront is helping solve astronomy's biggest problem, light pollution. A 2023 study in the journal Science found every...
Oh my God, this map makes me so sick. So sick. Turn off all this shit. We don't need all this. Because we got to pay for these lights.
Year, the sky is getting 10% harder to see.
And this guy out here in northern Texas in this little dark spot out here. Man, I want some dark skies.
This map shows the scope of the problem, which is...
Can you tell where Chicago is, motherfucker? Damn, it's so bright out here. Can't see shit.
Is particularly bad in the eastern U.S. Chuck Ayub in suburban Detroit showed us his garage full of telescopes.
Damn, homie. Holy shit. I thought he had a goddamn Gundam suit. That's just a telescope.
But he hardly uses them anymore after shipping one out to Texas. What's the difference between having it at your house and having it out in Texas?
Well, the big difference are the dark skies. I am 20 minutes from downtown Detroit, and that light pollution is a killer.
Most nights, Ayub live streams his
Damn, you see his setup? Hold on.
Right, and that light pollution is a killer.
Look at the screens. Okay, I see you, King. I see you.
Nights, Ayub live streams his telescope feed to his large social media following. There's also a little camera at the base so he can see the telescope in action.
Chuck is in Detroit controlling this thing in the middle of nowhere, Texas.
Yes. Oh, he's live right now.
He is. Hey, Chuck.
Hello.
Yo, the fact that they set up him being live when they did the TV spot is so funny. He's like, he's down there now. Let's say hello. I love that shit.
From out here, Falls and others are identifying objects no one's ever seen before, such as this photo he calls...
Are you kidding me? God. And I got brown snow in front of my house. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
The Crown of Thorns Nebula. It's furthering our understanding of space, even as our ability to see it.
That's the Orion.
Is fading.
What's the threat, you think, to our existence as humans from light pollution?
It really prevents people from dreaming, like seeing what's above them. Just awe. You know, you get the tingles, you get the goosebumps.
Now it's a feeling you can get.
It's such an amazing thing.
Even from your basement in Detroit.
The big brainedness to fucking ship the telescope to where it's dark, put in a couple of actuators so you can control it, and just do it from fucking Detroit. And the geek shall inherit the earth. One small nitpick. What's with all the lights in the direct vicinity of the turn that shit off too. Like, I didn't come all the way out here for you to have LEDs out here trying to have a light show looking like Skrillex EDM concert. Like, chill out, bro. Chill out. Turn all this shit off. Turn your camera light off too. Shit. Turn your watch light off. All light gone. Okay. Oh boy.
Well, thank you so much.
Where's my button at?
Well, fuck the hell off.
This is Ben's fault. This is Ben's fault, and it's Tim's fault. Feel better, Tim.
Thank you so much. It's obviously...
Since Tim's sick at home and watching the show, I want to bring him some comfort.
A massive honor to be here at Turning Point USA.
Were they already booing?
It's even more of an honor to follow Erica Kirk, a heroic figure and a true American patriot. I really believe that the best way to judge a goodness of a man is to see the goodness of his wife and his children. And on that measure, Charlie was unsurpassed. Erica and her children are in all of our hearts. And of course, this is an incredibly bittersweet moment. It's absolutely bitter because of the murder of our friend Charlie Kirk, an irreplaceable human being.
Why do you say that?
I knew Charlie from the time he was 18 years old, and I watched him build himself into one of the most powerful exponents of conservatism in America, one of the most...
Hey, time out. Don't they not like each other? Tim, let me know. I know Ben Shapiro and Nick Fuentes are like fucking cats and dogs. I know they fucking hate each other. I don't think him and Charlie Kirk got along all that well. Am I wrong about that?
Powerful coalition builders in American history. But it's also sweet to see the number of people who continue to remember Charlie each and every day and to carry on his mission. Well, today, I want to talk about the future of the country. And the future of this country, this amazing country, relies on the future of the conservative movement.
That's what I was thinking.
It relies on what TPUSA defines as its core mission, freedom.
He's not talking as fast as usual. I tell that he's usually nervous when being challenged. Very much so.
Free markets and limited government. And most of all, most of all,
yo, Candace Owens is doing a number on his audience. Ever since he fired her, it has been... But I mean, he couldn't keep her. She's fucking anti-Semitic. Like, he couldn't keep her. He couldn't get rid of her. He was fucked.
the future of this country relies on truth.
Got the lion by the tiger by the tail.
This country relies on truth because victory, true, real, lasting victory, cannot be achieved without truth. Victory without truth is victory for a lie, and that is no victory at all. And unity without truth is no unity. It is merely solidarity in falsehood. You see, we live in a chaotic time.
Man, I really wish I could find the highlights for this. Let me look. Because this motherfucker is so boring. Like, he is... Okay. Just because you like the person doesn't mean you support the every action they do. I love how Megyn Kelly went from not knowing what Candace had been saying, wasn't friends with her, and didn't know her, to her and Candace getting closer for the last couple of months. The conservative movement has some serious Trojan horses inside. It's dangerous. Yo, they're fighting. They're fighting, guys. The Bible gave us a clear process for discernment and letting the Holy Spirit discern what's true and what's not. Yo, some of these people are like wicked sad. What's this?
So, when Candace Owens says, I don't know, but I know, that is retarded. And we are all more retarded for having heard it.
Yo, Ben is wilding out here.
When Steve Bannon, for example, accuses his foreign policy opponents of loyalty to a foreign country, he's not actually making an argument based in evidence. He's simply maligning people that he disagrees with, which is indeed par for the course from a man who was once a PR flack for Jeffrey Epstein. Check the record. Our duty to...
The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. Oh, they're fighting.
And the girls are fighting, aren't they?
Hey. All of you empathetic fucks, shut up and sit down. Do not break this up. Do not take a side. Do not say a motherfucker. This is not our fight. We need to mind our business.
Provide you evidence means we actually have to do much more than just ask questions. Just asking questions is something my 5-year-old does, and it's really cute when it comes from my 5-year-old. But when grown men and women spend their days just asking questions without, seeking answers, they are lying to you. In fact, they're doing something.
Gina, you be looking out for me when no one else does. That does need to go on the soundboard.
But when grown men and women, my 5-year-old, does really have to do much more than just ask questions. Man who was once a PR flack for Jeffrey Epstein. Check the record. Our duty to provide you evidence means we actually have to do much more than just ask questions. Just asking questions is something my 5-year-old does, and it's really cute when it comes from my 5-year-old. But when grown men and women spend their days just asking questions without, seeking answers, they are lying to you. In fact, they're doing something even worse. They are seeding distrust in the world around you, and they are enervating you in the process.
So, what?
For example, if many speakers, including...
Yo, I've been innervated. What the hell?
Check the record. Tucker Carlson and others get on stage here at TPUSA and claim, without proper evidence, that Jeffrey Epstein was running a Mossad rape ring being covered up by the Trump administration. They are not actually...
Yo, he said the whole thing! Yo!
...uncovering a conspiracy or effectuating a solution. They are claiming a special provenance to information...
Ben, you need to go into hiding right now. Ben, get into hiding right now. They are gunning for Ben.
They won't let you see, which builds their power and leaves you with none. They are also implicating in their speculation actual human beings, good human beings.
No. Ben is done. He said, dude, everyone is just fucking saying fuck it. Oh my God.
They are seeding distrust in the world around you, and they are enervating you in the process. So, for example, if many speakers, including Tucker Carlson and others, get on stage here at TPUSA and claim, without proper evidence, that Jeffrey Epstein was running a Mossad rape ring being covered up by the Trump administration, they are not actually uncovering a conspiracy or effectuating a solution. They are claiming a special provenance to information they won't let you see, which builds their power and leaves you with none. They are also implicating in their speculation actual human beings, good human beings, like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi, and yes, the President of the United States, even if they're too cowardly to say President Trump's name.
Well, it's nice knowing you, Ben.
And that means you won't trust those good people in the future. You haven't gotten smarter, you've just been manipulated. When forced to demonstrate their evidence, these same people will...
Because the thing is, Kay, we know what time it is. We know what time it is. He wasn't supposed to say that part. He's not supposed to voice that part on a stage.
Often refuse to provide it. They'll claim ignorance. They'll pretend they're outside the system. And they don't have access to actual information. You know, they're just asking questions. But many of these same people have direct pipelines to informational sources. So, for example, if Tucker wants answers to his questions about, say, Jeffrey Epstein, he could call the Vice President of the United States. He's quite close with him. But he won't, because that might undermine the empty speculation. None of this means there aren't actual real conspiracies in the world. Of course there are. But actual conspiracies require actual evidence. Yes, there was a Russiagate conspiracy, and we know the names of the people involved and what they did. We know Hillary Clinton and Fusion GPS and James Comey and Loretta Lynch and Adam Schiff. We know all of those people. Yes, there
No one has clapped for about a minute and a half.
was a COVID-19 conspiracy. We know that Anthony Fauci worked to shut down alternative solutions from people like Jay Bhattacharya. But when people posit a conspiracy and then provide you no evidence, they are doing you a fundamental disservice, and they are making you stupider in the process.
Yeah, Candace and Steve Bannon, why are you making everybody stupid?
Because it is our job to make the lives of our audience better, right? That's really our job, is to give you more information to make your lives better. We have a duty to propose.
So how would you rate yourself on a performance review there, Ben? If your content is supposed to improve people's lives, what grade would you give yourself? Let me know in the comments. What grade does Ben deserve for the improvements to lives that he's contributed to?
Solutions. That's why we have to talk about our problems in order to find the solutions. That's what politics was supposed to be about, after all.
Actually, we're going to talk about transphobes to close out today.
Finding solutions to our common problems. If we speak endlessly about the problems we face, without ever positing a solution other than wrecking the system or centralizing power in a cult-like figure, we are not finding solutions. We are merely making problems worse. Just asking questions, positing vague conspiracies, raving like Alex Jones about the secret confederacies that control your life, none of it makes your life better. None of it.
Alex Jones is somewhere like, you're goddamn right. No one does it like me. I'm the best.
In fact, it makes your life markedly worse. That's because
she said helium mode.
If you truly come to believe that nothing in your life is in your control, you can't even take control of your own life. You despair of your ability to change your own circumstances, and then you fail. And you must not fail.
Hey, remember when Ben was writing movies and them shit sucked?
Because here is the most fundamental truth of all in the United States. For all of its problems, many of which, a huge number of which, are real and serious, the United States is still the greatest country in the history of planet Earth.
They finally clapped.
We have the greatest constitution ever devised by man. We have the greatest founding philosophy ever put to paper in the Declaration of Independence. In this country, you can make of yourself what you will. And if there are true obstacles,
Alex Jones has turned
we can all
into
work together to
conspiracy
remove them.
debunker. Irony turned up
That,
to
by the way,
11.
is the essence
Yeah,
of
like he'll
conservatism, that we
accidentally
live in a world created
break
by
news
God
now.
with a logic and a rationale, that we as human beings were created in God's image, as it says in the book of Genesis, with creative capacity and the power to choose.
Hold on, brother. What you doing reading the Bible? That ain't your book. Better stay out of Genesis, homie.
And that in a free country of limited government and defined powers, with property rights and equality under law, our destiny is in our hands, and that we all have a duty to make the most of that historic opportunity.
Just picture me doing the Jack Nicholson that. Yeah.
Anyone who tries to convince you otherwise is lying to you, and they are making your life worse in the process. Now, that lie may feel good in the moment. It may excuse us from taking the corrective action we can take on a personal level to fix our lives. It might give us someone else to blame for our own failures. But in the end, the lie kills. Not just your future, but the country that we've been given. PragerU is reaching the next generation.
Ugh. Thank you for being here, Ben.
Ooh,
You cited
question.
during your speech truth as the most important tenet of American conservatism. Why, therefore, did you call...
Like, I'm sorry. I have to say something about this fit. Acid wash jeans and a blazer? What the you look... Giant face what? Like, this screams venture capitalist from like 2005. This is weak.
Irrelevant. The Israeli attack in 1967 on the USS Liberty, which left dozens of American servicemen dead and hundreds wounded.
So what I actually said is that if we're looking at modern Israeli-American relations, looking at an attack that happened mistakenly by multiple Navy reports, multiple Israeli reports, and all available evidence, and using that attack in order to undermine today's relations between Israel and America, that's irrelevant. As irrelevant as it would be to cite a piece of evidence from World War II or from 1776 to define America's relations with, for example, Great Britain or Germany today. That does not mean that the attack wasn't horrible for the Americans.
No, them red coats. We got to keep an eye on them red coats.
Involved, that it wasn't bloody and terrible. The Israeli government paid reparations to the people who were killed. If you look at the actual military record of...
You just missed the part with Candace Owens and Steve Bannon.
What happened on the USS Liberty, it was clearly a mistaken and tragic attack. The people who frequently cite the USS Liberty, however, are not talking about the specifics of the USS Liberty. I suspect that the vast majority of people who bring this up are doing so in order to suggest that Israel deliberately attacked an American ship because Israel deliberately wants to harm America. It is connected generally with a larger point. I wonder if that's your point.
The crowd sharpens its teeth.
If the truth matters, then the Israeli government must be held accountable for that attack. The American flag was flying on that ship. You do not mistake an American ship for a foreign one when our flag is flying.
So, we can spend the rest of the time talking about the specifics of the U.S. Liberty attack, or you can actually go look at the naval investigations that were done, multiple naval investigations that were done. The reality is that people were flying Mirage planes for the Israeli military at the time. The USS Liberty was sailing in an area where it had essentially gone off-grid. The Israeli military mistook it for an Egyptian ship. They thought it was shelling Al-Arish, which happened not to be true. In the initial attack, the American flag was knocked down, and then the attack went on for about 90 minutes. And then as soon, you can hear this, by the way, on the tapes of the Israeli pilots talking to each other, as soon as they realize that it's an American ship, they call off the attack, they speed a ship to try and help the USS Liberty. There have been multiple unfortunate friendly fire incidents between Allied forces, including, for example, in the Gulf War, where U.S. forces were responsible for killing about 9 British troops during the Gulf War. It's an unfortunate reality of war, but you're not answering my question, which is, what is your broader agenda?
The broader agenda is he needs you to explain why he should like Israel. And I don't know that your answer is going to suffice.
And asking the question, because I suspect that your question is not limited to your specific ire over an incident that happened in 1967.
He said, you killed us.
I think we should question any foreign country's relationship with our government.
That's totally fine, but I'm just wondering why you
serve American interests.
A groiper has entered the chat.
Again, I'm perfectly fine with questioning any country's relationship with the United States. But again, I'm wondering what your motivation is in bringing up a 6-decade-old attack as though it is the #1 issue in assessing the relationship between Israel and the United States today.
Well, many problems persist to this day, but it's interesting that you say 6-decade-old incident when there are many people in this audience who were alive for that attack, as if this is something that's irrelevant.
Well,
that doesn't
no, it's just not particularly relevant to assessing the relationship between the United States.
You trying to downplay what you did, Ben? What you did 60 years ago, Ben? He's blaming Ben specifically for this. And hey, that's his right.
And Israel today, in the
Everybody
same way
get out the way,
that in
they're
1967, there are a wide variety of countries with which the United States had different relations. Okay, it's clear you're not going to actually answer the question, so I'm happy to move to this one.
That went great. Let's ask another one.
Unfortunately, this will be the last question.
Damn.
Hi, my name is Natasha, and I'm a TPUSA chapter member at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. So my question is, just with the divide in the conservative movement right now, what is your suggestion as to how young people can kind of come together and bridge that divide and just,
Yeah, can we just bridge the divide and like really come together to stifle our futures all at the same time? Like, is there a way for us to just collectively stunt our own growth? Do you have any tips on how we can just really paint ourselves into a corner for the rest of our lives going forward?
Bring unity right now.
So again, I think that unity has to be reliant on first principles. No one would ask conservatives to unite with radical trans activists because that would be silly. And so we first have to decide what are the principles that we hold in common, and then actually determine who are our allies in that particular fight. Now, again, the coalition may shift depending on the issue. That's kind of a normal thing in politics. Sometimes you're going to have different allies than you have with regard to other issues. But when it comes to how young people ought to decide what they believe, that's the thing I most care about. Because if I'm talking about the long-term trends of America, not merely the coalitions of the moment, which break and reform and break constantly. Right? George W. Bush's coalition was obviously not Donald Trump's coalition, and Donald Trump's coalition is not going to be J.D. Vance's coalition, meaning every politician has their own coalition. That's the nature of electoral politics. What I'm more concerned about is the trajectory of how people think and what people think. And so before determining how to unify with others, you should first decide what are the things that are important to you, what are your fundamental values, and then you should find people who agree with those fundamental values, because the problem is if you don't, then when push comes to shove, things come apart pretty quickly. Take one.
It just said that there was only
one more.
Hi, Ben.
Hi,
big
Ben.
fan of yours and stuff, and I'm currently a college sophomore, and my university just started a chapter, and it got approved. So just for your advice, how can we spread,
Anyway, I don't want to make fun of that. That's a little girl. I don't want to make fun of her because it will. Because you know what? She's a sophomore in college. She ain't no little girl. That's a woman. Coming out here all doe-eyed. Hey, Ben, how can I shut up? Get that goddamn American flag sweater off of you. Go in the woods and hang out with your friends and learn how to play acoustic guitar. That's what you do. Get the fuck out of TPUSA. That's the first thing you do. Okay. Now I have the best part.
From Universal Studios Hollywood.
This is a big build-up. I need some claps. Where's my claps at? It's the end of the year, y'all. And it's my favorite time of the year. I'm going to try to keep this as safe for work as possible, but do know that adult themes are in the future. It's time for us to play Mikey Famine's favorite game, Pornhub Insights. tweets. Yes, it is that great time of the year where I get to know what kind of little perverts each and every one of you are. I have downloaded each and every one of your Pornhub data. No, they do a yearly report. And the thing is, they have very, very accurate, good and accurate data for people's predilections. And we're going to talk about some of the stats because we talk about the stats every year, and it's always more and less interesting than people think. Off rip, before I reveal any answers, does anybody want to make any predictions? Like who's going to be in the top 5 most search categories, top keywords, what state likes what? Like, go ahead. You can. I'll give you about, I don't know, 90 seconds here, and we'll let you guys put in some guesses. I'm telling you, every year I think I know, and I'm surprised. Every year I'm surprised, and this year is no different. This year is no different. A lot of the trends that I knew from last year would be getting more popular this year did just as I predicted last time. But man, there's been some real upsets. There's been some real, certain categories, they are just dropping off the map. In other categories, shooting to the top of the charts, seemingly out of nowhere. Shapiro is too shiny. Trans from Diz, yeah. In which case they're both perfectly categorized. Texas have a trans girls. Red states watch the most trans. What? Did you guys get to this report before me? How did you know? It is always so. This is why I love this part, because you can't lie about this. Either you watched it or you didn't watch it. And that's what is recorded. So it's a perfect, and no one's being asked to watch things. Like, this is what people do in their free time to take their mind off of it. Like, this is, it's completely voluntary is what I'm saying. I guarantee the certain states are going to have very hypocritical stuff with it. I heard Grindr had a blackout during the TPUSA con. So I went and looked on Grindr because I was going to report that. And see, this is the difference between the Bin Podcast Network and everybody else. I heard that too, Tim. I went to Grindr's support page, and they have like an outage page. They had a blip where they had a lot of outages, and it was like, because it was like messages, profiles on it, like it breaks down all the things. And there was like a yellow bar of outage. And I'm like, ha, that's it. It was on a very different day. It was like the 9th or the 5th or something like that. And then the thing was like this weekend. So I was like, it did go down, but it didn't go down at the same time. So I didn't report that. Maybe their thing is not updated. Could be true. Animal magic. Now, when you say outed, oh, no. They weren't being outed. Wouldn't that be something if they're like, oh, yeah, there's been a Grindr outage? Like, oh, yeah, the website doesn't work? You mean the website doesn't work? Oh, no. Oh God. Oh, God. Okay. I got a couple of predictions in there, but not a lot. So we'll go through some of, let me zoom in so you guys can't. What do you want with my cookies? Okay. I will read the beginning paragraph and then I'll skip to the parts that I like. As 2025 draws to a close, our annual year in review opens a unique window into the ever-evolving desires, curiosities, and cultural obsessions shaping our world. This year's data goes beyond the performers and categories that captivated the most viewers, shining a light on emerging trends, international shifts, and unexpected spikes in search behavior that transformed the adult landscape. Okay. Top searches. I'm going to do this because I don't want to reveal the answers yet. There we go. Okay. Run it down for me. Run it down. I need guesses. Top 5 most searched terms of 2025? Answers in the chat right now. I should have had some Jeopardy music going. It's that time of year. Oh my God. Oh my God. Person. What the fuck?
This is sick shit.
Oh my God. Oh shit. What? Farage criticized for 400,000-pound job promoting physical gold as pension. What the fuck? Grifters be grifted. No, it was funny. It was great. Okay, I see no guesses. Here are your top 5 now. Hentai. Who saw that coming? MILF, Pine, which is Filipino, lesbian, anal. That is your top 5 for 2025. So I have a theory. I think, now don't quote me on this. I think they're counting the AI stuff as hentai. Which I guess, I mean, if you think about the definitions or whatever, it's Tim, I hope you get COVID one more time after you get healed from that one. How dare you? How dare you? Everyone's already been getting fucked by Trump. They don't need to watch the porn. But we can go down a little bit to see who. So over on the left is the differences from year over year. Latina up 2 spots. Anime down a slot. Asian up a slot. Femboy up 15. So, holy Toledo, some would say. What an amazing pole jump. The femboys are showing out and showing ass. No one can stop themselves from checking out the femboys. 15 is enormous, she said. It is no one else has jumped this much. So as much as people are complaining about how LGBT, the Pornhub tells the truth. I don't have to listen to your mouth. Your mouth is full of shit anyway. I just have to look at the chart. Somebody like femboys. While y'all talk about you hate them, somebody likes them a hell of a lot for them to jump up 15 fucking spots in search terms. You're on. Let's see who. Trans up 2 spots. Indian up 8 spots. 8 spots. You're on. Korean is up 7. So it is interesting that a lot of the minorities and ethnic kind of genres of the adult film industry are becoming more popular. Femboys are becoming more popular. Interesting. The term Pine also held its place in third again this year, served specifically for the women with Filipino heritage. The rising use of the term is usually traced to a growing audience from the Philippines. Okay. The performers, I'm not so interested in because I don't really know any of them. Amateurs, not so interested in. Okay. The United States. Oh shit, I was supposed to do the thing for you. The #1 searched term in the United States is Latina. It's right there. So y'all can quit with the bullshit. We're going to deport all the... No, you're not. No, you're not. You better turn all that shit around. #2, MILF. And MILF is, I mean, fine. Women who aren't looking like they're children. Great. but then Asian right behind it. All three of them up. Not big boobs, not big butt. Interesting. Hentai number 4, down 3 spots. Lesbian up a spot. Ebony down a spot. If people remember from the wrap up last year, most of the South was ebony and trans heavily dominated. Like those were the top searches for the South. Ebony and trans. Ebony's been taking a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Trans up 5 spots. Cheating up 5 spots. Like, it's one thing to be, a little kinky. That's another thing to cheat. I mean, come on, y'all. We can't make being unfaithful a genre of porn and let it get this popular. That's not right. It's not okay. I'm not reading a lot of these out loud for obvious reasons. Threesomes up 4 spots. POV up 8. JOI up 6. Unreal. Mature up 6. Black down 7. Whew, the black fatigue is real. Furries took a hit, down 9 slots. Indian up 12. Thick Latina up 1. ASMR up 7. Pegging up 14. I think that's the largest increase in the States. Listen, one of these days, I mean, y'all don't have to be honest to me out there, America. You don't have to be honest to me. But you do have to be honest with yourself. With as much femboy, pegging, trans, all of these numbers on the increase, some of them double-digit increases, I'm going to need all of you manly bro dudes to stop the cap. There is only so many gay and trans people in this country. The vast majority of people are cisgendered and straight. The vast majority. Ain't no way how many computers did the gay people, how many computers and phones were they using to keep up with y'all, to blow out the numbers, to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many trans people, how many different TVs each trans person would have to have if they were the ones watching their own shit? No, that's you, brother. That's you. They can't. The Latinas can't get themselves all the way up to the number 1 spot. Someone else clicked on them. It had to be another group. Check the chat. Been ranting. Oh, femboys are only more popular now. Grindr Johnson is old enough for a Pornhub account. See? Oh, on a serious note, those term search could show that those watching that type of porn are fantasizing about those ethnic minority women being slaves and not being able to do a damn thing. That's a fetish. That's a kink. I can't shame it. Like, I don't participate in that kind of stuff, but some people are totally willing participants in it. Some people are doing it for, fun reasons, and some people are doing it for hate fun reasons. Unfortunately, there is no adequate way of distinguishing the difference. What? There's a trans woman who's been displaying Kirk's OnlyFans transactions to her channel. I'm telling you, this bullshit where everybody hates trans this, trans that, fucking illegals, trans, and then they fucking run into a room and turn all the lights off and they can't wait. Like, come on, man. Oh, man. Maybe that could be, what could that be? Pegging, like a peg leg on a stool? I don't know. Cheating. That's probably in the cheating category. I think they do like licking and kissing and all that kind of mouthy sounds. Like when my daughter chews her food and she smacks and crunches some chips, that's funny. If my wife does it and she can't feel my eyeballs burning into the side of her head, I'm like, them some good chips. I'm rude as I do not like a fucking what is it, misophonia? I'm not a fan of mouth sounds. But when like little animals do it, like the otters eat salmon and stuff, then that's cool. And then when that little girl eats chips, it is the funniest shit in the world. There's so much going on in the facial expressions, and the crunch is so tiny but powerful. It's one of my favorite things. What, like unintelligent ones or a bit podgy? It's thick with 2 C's, no K. You know what I mean? That thick. Man, I guess this is that episode. Yeah, it's like role playing kind of stuff where like the actress will pretend to be the stepmom that's so attracted to the stepson and has to, yeah. There you go. Are you denying being the ebony slave to 2 women in your household? Yeah, we're not slaves in this house. We're a family. It's different. Lots of sound engineering. What are you talking about? You're a weird episode. Shut up, Tim. Yes, I have to explain to him. All right, let's see. United States top real. Oh, here we go. Now, I would like to call out, where's Tim? Timothy. Since you're in Connecticut, feet worship. I don't know if you guys can read that. Let me zoom in for you. Oh, Lord. Okay. Can I go? Let me open this in a new tab. There you go. Now we're doing it. There you go, Tim. Connecticut. Feet worship. These are the big top relative searches for the state. Now, some of these states are in gray, and you'll be like, why are some of these states in gray, Mikey? They shouldn't be in gray. They should have a color with some words and shit underneath it. They should, but they don't, because some of these states have laws that prevent porn sites from operating. That doesn't mean that they don't have users from there. It's just that those users are using VPNs. So those users are coming from New Mexico or Louisiana when they're actually in Texas, or in Oklahoma and Iowa. They're actually in they show up in Colorado. So there's that. But yes, you're disgusting Connecticut peoples. Feet worship. Feet worship. Now, this is what people want. Like, this is the regional want from each one of these. Maryland, Nigerian. Every year I'm surprised. I've never seen an African country show up as one of the tops. Never. Never. They're just, granny sex from Maine. Hey, let your freak flag fly. But it's important that we know what color flag everybody has. Minnesota, getting down and dirty. I'm with it. I hear you. Do your thing. Illinois, I'm a little surprised. And not in a bad way. I've never known any of my female friends to not shave their armpits. Ladies, stop. Illinois women, stop. Don't shave your armpits anymore. You don't have to. You don't have to. It is not what the men crave. This is what they crave. This is what they crave. And it's data, people. So whether people like, no, man, I never looked at no hairy armpit video. That's not true. Somebody did. A whole bunch of people did. For it to be the #1 search term, somebody did. Missouri, I'm very fucking disappointed in you. Boner. What are we, fucking 12? You're saying just a poop? Boobs? You're just putting in anything, huh? Iowa. Amish. You think the Amish got motherfucking video camera? Come on, man. Sick of this shit. Midwest, we are looking stupid out here. Wisconsin, sloppy. Typical. Michigan, pog, which is a fat ass white girl. Indiana, they've never watched porn because it's against the law. Ohio has queef. I mean, it is. Do your thing. You're more on the east anyway now. Off away with you. But I'm just thoroughly disappointed in the Midwest. Missouri is boner. Why don't you look up sex? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the sad ass shit. Another big disappointment. Not this. Alaska, big women. Okay, fair enough. Hawaii. This is the equivalent of typing in sex into Pornhub. That's what this is. Come on, man. Y'all already live in America. Louisiana, thick. New Mexico, real wife. Colorado, Native American. Didn't expect that. Yo, this is also trash. Nevada, your #1 fucking porn search term is Las Vegas? Unbelievable. Latin amateur from California. Checks out. Horny grandma from Oregon. Okay. Washington pegging. Okay. Not, hey, no skin off of my teeth. But I mean, fucking boner. Like, I'm just still Las Vegas and boner are the 2 worst answers on this sheet by far. By far. Sweaty is also very bad. Who wants to be sweaty? Oh, man. Who wants sweat? Well, ooh. Okay, I kind of revealed a little bit. Hopefully you guys didn't see it. Game time. I want the top 10 countries by usage. Redneck is a close third. That's the thing. They just it's just a camera of them just like cutting open an onion and then just bringing it closer to me, and I'm just like squirming, and that's the video. A classic. I mean, it's just like boring shit. Told you, Kay. Spread the word. Armpits. I mean, so I think what this represents, Chris, the dildo sucking, is like live stuff. Like a lot of times the live actresses will have dildos as opposed to like a person standing next to them. That's what I'm guessing. Now you're cooking with gas. Now you're cooking with gas. I'm talking about, they had boobs and sex. Naked and sex. You know, like, we mock it, but the adult film industry is an industry. And the closer we push it to, God, there's shit all over my glasses. The closer we push it towards legitimacy and let them get unionized and let them get some actual labor laws in there, Who knows? Maybe you'll get even better videos, and maybe we won't just get people constantly exploited to make content. But I will say that a lot of these platforms have taken huge steps to ensure the safety of the actresses and all that good stuff. Oh my God. Not the Louisiana thick. Now skate on to the ice. Your Louisiana thick. No, I'm just intelligent. I got to put 2 and 2 together. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Chris C answered. Thank you, Chris. So top 10, we got Russia, China, Japan, UK, Germany. UK's in there twice. Paint nipples on butts. Okay. I realized I said it after. I was like, I can't do that during the porn story. Thick like our gators. Big whap. Look at that gator thigh. All right. So top 20 countries by traffic. And also the top 20 countries are 77.5% of all daily traffic. So this is the majority of the pornography watchers. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Coming in at number 10, Canada. Elbows. Oh, wait.
We're keeping our elbows up, bud.
That's not the only thing up. Number 9, up 2 spots from the previous year, Spain. Number 8, down 3 spots.
But them's the breaks.
Sorry, and that I have made mistakes.
The United Kingdom. Number 7, Italy. Down 4 slots, France.
We do not care.
Up 1 spot, Germany. Up 3 spots, Brazil. Coming in at number 3, in the same spot, the Philippines.
You don't want 0 problems, big fella.
Moving up 2 spots, Mexico at number 2. And the winner and still champion, heavyweight undisputed wanking champion of the world. You know it was us. You knew it was us all along. Japan just dropped out of the top 10. They are now at 11, dropping 2 spots. And most of the rest is just kind of, fighting for jockeying for a position down there. You got to do that shift like halfway through. A time for reflection. This is a good time. All right, this is the best one. Endurance test. Time spent per visit. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Okay, let's see here. We've lost 7 seconds on average in masturbatory time. What's going on, guys? The stresses of life are just like, cutting it. You just don't have time anymore. Just don't have time. Oh, no. Okay. So let me zoom in a little bit closer so you can read a bit better. Okay. Japan up 80. I think these are seconds, or is this slots? I think this is slots. What is this red number? Explain. This is how much time it has increased over last year. So Japan is up on average 80 seconds per visit. Shit, save some for tomorrow, bud. What's going on? Philippines up 112. Canada up 11 seconds. Australia 41. America, no time. 9 seconds off. We got to cut that shit short. We got other shit. Mexico minus 105. Netherlands minus 118. Italy minus 104. And Italy was in the top 10. France minus 96. Oh yeah, seconds change in 2025. So the sprouts, it looks like over here, the young ones, the 18 to 20. Oh Jesus. Back up, back up. How do I get back? Oh, there we go. Oh no. Go to there. There we go. Oh, it started me at the top. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. Okay, we're good. The young people are lowering their amount of time. Okay, 65 plus adding 2 full minutes to their visit is a little come on, y'all. We got servers to take care of, okay? You are overusing the server. You know what I mean? The young people are doing their part. They're cutting back. They're down 26 seconds and 12 seconds respectively. Everyone under 34. They're doing their part. The plus 65 crowd is just like, we'll take that extra space. Oh, you got some space on that server? I'll take it. I'll take all of it. So some young people are wanking less, but the elderly making up the difference by a lot. Oh, here we go. States. All right. Which state has them? Oh, Alaska. Alaska and Hawaii are the top 2. I did not see that coming. Oh, who's got the shortest? Oh, Louisiana has the shortest duration in the whole country. Well, if you like what you like. Oh, that's funny. What's Connecticut? It's Connecticut. They're in the middle of the pack too. Jesus, Alaska up 44 seconds. Louisiana down 86 seconds. Illinois down 28 seconds. Connecticut down 38. Those are the only states that, or Minnesota's not on here either, huh? Those are the states we look at. People typically watch in the middle of the night, obviously. But there's still some people, 8 o'clock in the morning, let's do this thing. Not my business. It's a different lifestyle. Okay, and here are the most viewed categories. Lesbian, up 3 spots. Transgender, number 2 on all of fucking Pornhub, up 5 fucking slots. MILF, anal, mature. Anal, MILF, mature. Like those are staples along with the lesbian. Transgender is a total dark horse. Total dark horse. Here we go. There's the article I want. Oh no. Why does it do that? Top gaining categories. Let me go up. Where was the thing I was just reading? I think it's too many. There we go. All right. The world's most popular categories don't often change too drastically. Over the years, lesbian, transgender, MILF, anal, and mature have generally conquered the top 5 spots. This year, in going with the LGBTQ plus trend, the lesbian category was the top most viewed in 2025, up 3 spots from 2024. Transgender was also up 5 spots from 2024, further establishing a LGBTQ plus trend in 2025. The MILF category, which was most viewed in 2024, fell to 3rd most viewed category in 2025. Anal, which was 2nd, fell down 2 spots to 4, and mature stays the same. So miss me with all the I hate them, they need to go away. You're lying. The numbers are right there. You're lying. You love them, but they don't love you back. So maybe be nice to them and come out of the fucking closet and they'll be nice to you. But if you're just going to be mean from a distance, they're never going to love you back. And you know what else is going to happen? They're going to start charging you for this. Because you know what else this happens? This is when prices get renegotiated. Your OnlyFans price is going to go a lot further up once they realize that this is popular. So you better start being nice. Indian up 15 slots. That's these gentlemen are not and then here's I didn't know there was, but there's a Pornhub gay, and Femboy is up on theirs too. But it's funny that Femboy is up 3 spots on the Pornhub gay, and it's up 15 spots on cis Pornhub or straight Pornhub. Interesting. Interesting. Verified amateurs. All right. What any shocks or things you did not expect? Oh yeah, there was one other thing I wanted to tell you guys. I think it was the Philippines. Yeah. Oh, here we go. The demographics chart. This is a good one. So where is it? It was... Okay, so that's what the kids are into. Party, feet, POV, virtual reality, vertical video. I will never like fucking teenagers, man. It's romantic cosplay and hentai. Very young-brained shit. And then you're getting into your freak bag, fetish, roleplay, squirt, redhead, toys, reality, handjob, big ass. Then the Gen Xers, and now we're getting into it. Wait, millennials don't stop at 34. I'm a millennial. I'm over 34. I'm not Gen X. Yeah, I think. Yeah, their generations are off, but that's okay. Jeez, look at the 252% on fisting. Jesus, Gen X. It's the biggest. Oh, no, party is the biggest increase. Ew. Don't let your kids go to parties. See, this is how you find out shit as a parent. Phone, 2% on a tablet. More desktop, more tablet, less phone. Okay. All right, but let's go back up to that other chart. Here, this one. This. Where was it? I think it was... I was trying to find like outliers and stuff like that. Like, so blue is young and purple is old. And then like the other colors are in the middle. So if you look at the young in Egypt, it's like 50% of their young people. 50% of the users from Egypt were in the youngest age group, the 18 to 24. Look at Japan. 12%. So either one of two things are happening here. Either the Japanese youth don't masturbate, or what I think is very different, they use a different site. You know what I mean? Because this is just Pornhub's data, and they're probably the biggest porn site, but it's 12% in Japan, 50% in Egypt, and also Philippines, 49% of the 18 to 24s. That's a lot. And also a thing that was amiss was, while the young people in Egypt are using it, the 65 plus is barely even on the graph. And then I think I saw, where was it? I think I saw something interesting about ladies. Wait. I never thought of someone on Linux going to porn, but I guess they do. Come on. On the game console, PlayStation. Knew it. Of course. Not parodies. Where's the chart? Well, I don't know if I'll be able to find it now. There's so much information on here. It was the largest demographic was like women. Women in the Philippines were like the highest user. Like that was like the biggest anomaly I found, was that the women users in the Philippines were 64%. They outnumbered the men. And I'm like, that can't be. Something's wrong. So again, it might be my theory that there might be an additional website over in another country that they're using instead, and then like the ladies just prefer Pornhub or something. But I ain't never seen. I've read that report for years, and I've never seen them be able to the ladies outvote them or outwatch the men. That hasn't happened before that I've seen. And there you go. That is your report on the porn. And I'm glad it came out. So, and use this in all of your arguments. I mean, you can just go to their website or you can just Google it. If you don't want to go directly to their website, they will give you an external link so you don't have to see anything not couth for your devices. Upgrade your devices, but it is always so eye-opening that the same states that are always so angry and are so repressive and are so obsessed, I think is the correct word. They are so obsessed with certain groups of people. Their white nationalism is only outmatched by their unfettered attraction to certain groups of people. And they're not getting the pleasure that they would imagine that they would get from an interaction with those people is only exponentially increased when they are behind closed doors and the lights are out and the house is asleep. And that's when people start getting honest, right? Like that's when people look at what they want to look at, not what everyone is telling them to look at. They look at it is a true and accurate meter of what's in everyone's little closet. And we can see. It is easy to see. So if you're on the right and you're at TPUSA and you're doing all of this MAGA shit and you're gay, no one fucking cares, bro. That shit is so fucking old news. Just be normal, man. Just be regular. Just be cool. No one cares if you're gay. No one cares if you're in love with a trans woman. No one cares. Everyone literally has their own life. Everyone literally has their own life. And they're managing all their other shit. No one has time to like fucking follow you around and pick on you. The only people that do that is y'all. Everyone else is busy having fun. We're all busy having fun. So that's it for me, guys. I think I'm going to go get some lunch. It's 1:10. It is time. What is this?
On AI and copyright, Trump is groveling before big tech and selling out working Americans. I'm going to read you this thing I wrote, which was also an op-ed in the Hollywood Reporter. So thanks to Steven and the whole team there. But this is about how it's not just creatives threatened by Silicon Valley's ethically questionable business model. A long time ago, kings owned all the land, while serfs worked that land without owning anything. And back then, if a serf had said, hey, I think this little plot of land where I built my house and farmed my crops should belong to me, he would have been laughed at. Oh yeah, how's that going to work? The king would have asked. Is every one of you going to own your own little plot of land? Will you little people be able to buy and sell land to one another? How are you going to keep track of who owns what? Obviously, none of this is doable, would have said the king.
I forgot about this.
Now, in today's increasingly digital world, data is becoming as valuable as land. And the lords of Silicon Valley don't want us owning our data any more than the old kings wanted serfs owning their.
That's what I thought.
Their land. Last week, at the questionably titled Winning the AI Race Summit in Washington, D.C., President Donald J. Trump was talking about whether big tech companies should have to share the wealth with all the people whose skill, talent, and labor contribute to the value of their extremely lucrative AI products.
This person said, what the heck? I didn't know JGL had a YouTube. I followed for almost 2 decades. Are you kidding me? This channel is 2 decades old? How did we all miss this? Huh.
You just can't do it, said Mr. Trump, because it's not doable. I consider myself a very lucky artist. I've had the opportunity to be in some incredible creative projects, but the thing I actually feel luckiest about is the people that I've gotten to collaborate with, making things together with my fellow passionate artists, whether professional or unestablished, and whether above the line or below. It's truly one of the great joys in my life. So you might assume that I'd hate the very idea of using technology to do creative things that in the past could only be done manually by humans.
He better not say it.
But this isn't the case. I don't have a problem with AI as a technology. I think some of the new creative tools are inspiring. However, I believe we all have an urgent problem with today's big AI companies' unethical business practices. The truth is that today's Gen AI, it couldn't generate anything at all without its training data, the writing, photos, videos, and other human-made things whose digital ones and zeros get algorithmically crunched up and spit out as new. For more than half a decade now, AI companies have been scraping up massive amounts of this content without asking permission and without offering compensation to the people whose creations are so indispensable to this new technology. Silicon Valley's justification for what I believe is a clear case of theft, a justification which Mr. Trump echoed, is that a large language model, LLM, is no different from a person who, for example, reads a book and takes inspiration from it. But this comparison is not only inaccurate, it's dystopian and anti-human. These tech products are not people, and their algorithmic data crunching should not be protected under the law the way we protect human ingenuity and hard work. Enter Republican Senator Josh Hawley and Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal, to thunderous applause, who introduced the AI Accountability and Personal Data Protection Act just last week as well. This new legislation would bar AI companies from training on copyrighted works and allow people to sue for use of their personal data or copyrighted.
He was running for the pop fly and smashed into the wall. You know what I mean? Like, he caught the ball, but
It works
at what
without
cost?
consent. In stark contrast to Mr. Trump's Silicon Valley bootlicking summit, these two lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are standing up for working Americans against the giants of the tech industry. We should all hope their bill passes. There are also glimmers of hope coming from the judiciary. In contrast to Mr. Trump's comments, the White House's official AI action plan doesn't address the question of training data and intellectual property, and administration officials said it should be left up to the courts. Now, a few weeks ago, Mark Zuckerberg's Meta declared victory on the issue when a federal court ruled against a group of authors who had sued for violation of their copyright. But in fact, the judge of that case said the authors probably only lost because their lawyers made the wrong argument about this legal framework called fair use. In his ruling, Judge Vince Chabria wrote, quote, "No matter how transformative LLM training may be, it's hard to imagine that it can be fair use to use copyrighted books to develop a tool to make billions or trillions of dollars while enabling the creation of a potentially endless stream of competing works that could significantly harm the market for those books." So if I were Zuck, I wouldn't be celebrating too hard yet. There are plenty more lawsuits against AI companies still pending, including a recent first from major Hollywood studios. And I can only imagine the next set of plaintiffs will heed Judge Chabria's advice to focus on market harm. But what if none of this works? What if AI companies are just allowed to keep going with this unethical practice?
I'm losing interest.
Mr. Trump echoed this common Silicon Valley refrain last week as well, warning that American AI companies must be allowed to continue to steal everyone's data, or else we'll lose to China. Why do you think the summit was titled Winning the AI Race? Who's going to argue with a matter of national security? But let's be real. These AI businesses have no loyalty to the American people. Their only obligation is to their shareholders. Plus, if our national security would really be compromised if AI companies had to compensate people for their data, then theoretically, shouldn't the government be willing to make up the difference? I was just corresponding with a DC lawyer about this, and he brought up the takings clause.
I mean, to be fair, Ollie, we didn't even get color on his camera, only on the things that pop up on screen.
Of our Fifth Amendment. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. To me, it still seems like the tech companies should pony up, not the government. But I think it goes to show that all this urgency to beat China is not really a matter of national security. It's just competitive businessmen wanting to beat their competitors. Cash, as one great American poet said, rules everything around me.
Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
I didn't vote for President Trump, but I think most of the people who did vote for him genuinely believed he would stand up against a powerful establishment.
And they're probably watching Femboy Transport.
And fight for working Americans.
Thick femboys is what they're Googling right now.
But there is no establishment more powerful in the world today than the handful of gigantic businesses building and selling AI.
Well, I love you, JGL, but you're wrong. If aliens came and some of them were eating humans because humans are just so delicious. They couldn't help themselves. They just kept eating people. I'm not letting them have a restaurant on Earth. They are thieves. They should not be given any protections for doing things that are illegal. They should instead be fined and penalized for the theft that they've already done, for the crimes they've already committed. So no, I don't want to work with AI for anything. If scientists use it to name stars and to track pathogens, go for it. Everybody else, sorry, pencil and paper, do it the fucking hard way. Tim Ballum for the final.
And that I have made mistakes.
Liz Truss. All U.S. AI data centers are now legitimate military targets following U.S. military use of AI data centers. 5 British pounds. Yeah. So do you want that in your fucking city? No. No. What if we're eating populars? Breaking news, desperate Canadians wank it with syrup. Oh boy. and then on top of this, there's the water concern. I know Hank Green just put out a video where he's like, oh, well, it's not that much water. What's up, it? Okay. All right. I'm wrapping up right now. And I will come help. Lost it. That's okay. I was talking about the military. Oh, right. The data centers. Aside from the noise, which is like a droning sound, which can deteriorate mental health and cause headaches and all that shit. There's light, which does the same thing. The fumes, because the refrigerant burns off because the fucking chips are so hot. So there's the fumes coming out of that place, the smokestacks, steam stacks, whatever. And all those are, there's the power suck. And then there's the water suck. Why do we need these? So Jeremy can have fucking a picture of him riding a tiger on a volcano? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? For what? Like, all of this for what? We have almost $1 trillion or more than $1 trillion invested in AI. For what? To solve what? To do what? What is the end product? What is the goal? Because from everywhere I can see, the goal is replace white collar jobs. That's what we want to do. We want to help corporations not pay interns or pay anybody. They don't need those people anymore. I don't need HR. I don't need a call center. I just got AI taken care of. I got 2 guys taking care of my AI. And I got to listen to all the rest of these fucking serfs and peons clap like seals for rotting dead fish that they're getting thrown for this. I think you guys have kind of lost your way, man. I think you've lost your focus. The same money that's being invested into AI could have been invested in the arts. You want fucking creative shit? How about you fund creative projects? How about we make sure everybody can eat? Everyone can go to the doctor, get their ailments taken care of. Perhaps if they weren't, what was it? 70% of Americans can't take a $500 unexpected bill. Maybe we should work on that instead of, hey, I want to make AI porn. Cool. Now what? I mean, you're not making any money off of it. It's just going out into the ether for free. Cool. Now what? It's like spending all of our fucking lunch money on a sparkler. Cool. We lit the sparkler and it sparkled. Wow. Now we're hungry. We can't eat those sparks. The joy we felt from the sparks going off are not consumable. We cannot sustain from that. Merry Christmas, Allie. Thank you very much. The Feministas. Thanks, Billy. Unquiet Badger, Merry Christmas. Use more water than a nuclear power plant to cool the servers. They have the same amount of energy produced by a nuclear reactor. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, instead of building a data center, why can't we have a nuclear plant? Like, why not? Wouldn't that make more sense? I mean, if anything, if this was the goal, right? If the goal was to eventually have all these data centers and all that shit, you build the infrastructure first. All this investment money, they should be building dams. They should be building hydroelectric plants. They should be building nuclear plants, wind turbines, solar, everything. If our energy needs are going to double, if not triple, because of data centers, then what are you doing to increase the amount of power that's in the grid? Never mind the fact Texas is not even fucking attached to the grid anymore. So what is... people do not think long term. Merry Christmas to all. Hope tomorrow was a good day for all. Yeah, we're going to be watching some TV Yeah, they're just going to be replacing us. If the line stops going up, our economy, and that's the other thing. Because I mean, pretty soon here in the next 18 months, they're going to have to start paying out. They're going to, you can't just keep asking for more money because the life-changing technology hasn't life-changed. Okay, you've stolen everybody's stuff, and now you can copy everybody's stuff. That's supposed to do what? People need to be able to buy whatever you're selling. So you just stole everybody's shit and you're going to give away their shit for free, and you're going to water down all the markets so it's harder for people to show up and be visible. What is the point of this? I can't understand it. Merry Christmas, Diz. Meta already doesn't employ real people for those tasks. And their AI is horrible, by the way. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh, Google Eats. Hi, Google Eats. Welcome back. Mr. Jeremy, your order of tiger food has shipped. You may also be interested in volcano umbrella. Man, it'd have to be a strong-ass umbrella. You know, when I see those lava flows and all that shit, I completely forget that lava flow weighs thousands and thousands of pounds because it's rock. That's just so hot that it's liquid. I'm just like, man, that's so cool. It's like a water. Wait a minute. Like if you get thrown into a volcano, you're not splashing, you are splatting. It's like hitting the pavement. The even worse reality is that the shit does not and will not ever work well enough to truly replace people, but it will work just well enough for them to use it as a threat and keep work precarious. Yep. Yes, Billy, but look how it sparkles. Because it doesn't make any money for Flump, right? The robots that replace me will come out conveyors I built. Right. Cheers, everyone. Have a happy whatever you celebrate. Exactly. Exactly. Just take the day off tomorrow. I'm probably still going to do my Christmas stream. I like to do a Christmas stream every year because sometimes people don't have anywhere to go or anything to do. And it can be a little crushing to you feel like everyone's doing something and you're not part of it. But I'll do something with you and you can hang out with me and we can be part of something. Christmas Day, if you guys didn't know, is probably one of the worst days for suicide. So if you have any friends who might be going through it or having a little bit of trouble, if you can get them over to your house, get them over to your house. If you can go visit them for a little bit, go visit them for a little bit. Here in the feministas and in the Bentifada, we don't leave anybody behind. So if anybody doesn't have anywhere to go tomorrow and nothing to do tomorrow, you can come hang out with me for a couple hours. I'll just be playing video games, making music. Maybe I can scare up a couple of friends and we'll play something stupid. Maybe I'll whoop Ollie's ass in disc golf if he's available. Like I'll find some shit to do. But don't leave anybody out in the cold. Not this year. Not this year. Yep. You can do it next year, or you could have did it last year. I've put it into your head. You will not do it this year. This year, you're going to find somebody and talk to them. Ooh, Thursday frolic. Man, see, I want to get on there. I've got to go spend time with my kid. There's a grumpy neighbor as they have no friends and will be alone otherwise. I'll race home when polite time is done. Yep. And you know what? Even if they're like a little Krampus, they're just a little Oscar the Grouch over there. Inside, they appreciate it. Because unfortunately, like we're social animals. And depending on which country you're in, these societies are not really built to make us these healthy creatures, you know. They've made a lot of money encouraging us not to be ourselves. And empathetic, warm, kind creatures are what we are. And that's what we're going to do. See you tomorrow. Until then, remember to drink your Me.